So this week's featured artist is an absolute pleasure to have on the show, on the Danny Radio Show. So 15 years since the passing of country legend Johnny Cash. To mark this occasion, I have joining me the next best thing to the Man in Black, Mr. Clive John. Welcome to the Danny Radio Show, Clive.
Good afternoon.
And we're just going to chat about your music and how Johnny Cash inspires your road shows and a bit about your solo music as well. So from the top, you're born and bred in Malvern. That's a lovely part of the world.
Yes, it's a lovely area. I've lived here since 1980s, so all of my life almost. Yeah.
Very, very peaceful.
It's very peaceful. Yeah. Nothing happens here.
Oh, okay.
Really.
Great stuff. And I actually saw you at your Malvern concert a few years back. Sold out to your homecoming gig. Absolutely fantastic. You put on a great show.
Yeah, that was a lovely.
Yeah, that was a great night. That was. And you've been busy. Just come back from Germany touring with your road show. You do a tribute to Johnny Cash with a full band, don't you?
Full show. We either do the basic lineup, which is a 4-piece band, and My June, and then we've got a 7-piece, which is with a brass section, and they also played the guitar and the keyboards, and they do backing vocals too. And I've got the Carter Sisters also for the full show.
Great stuff. So all singing, all dancing, and
singing.
Yeah, all dancing, and you got the backdrop as well, where you got like moving videos as well.
Yeah, for every song. Yeah.
Oh, wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
And so, you travel all over Europe. You're traveling all over Europe at the moment. Do you enjoy that side of the business, traveling, seeing the sights and the people and the places?
I love seeing the different cities and the towns, because a lot of the places in Germany and Denmark and Sweden and Norway, wherever we are, I would never see them normally. Because I would probably go somewhere warmer. You know what I mean? So it's very nice and very interesting, and the way of life is a lot different to the UK. The UK, we're rushing around and everything's rushed. But over there, it's a lot easier.
Yeah, a different world, let's say.
Yeah.
Right, and I've got an incredible testimonial from Johnny Cash's granddaughter, saying that your show captures my grandfather just as he was. That was meant that just as he was. That was you. I think that's what she says on your website.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
I met her, Caitlin. I met her back in, I think it was about 2013. We were doing a show one time up in Manchester, or outside of Manchester, a place called, where was it called? Oh, anyway, just outside, Altrincham, yeah, that was it. And the manager of the venue said that there was a lady in her early 30s at the box office, and she has a deep southern Mississippi sort of accent, and she wants to meet you because she says that she's Johnny Cash's granddaughter. So I thought at first that it was somebody, pulling my leg. Well, I said yes anyway, and I met her during the interval. And she said, "Oh my God, you're just like my grandpa," and that was it. And she's emailed me several times since. We had a photograph, and so that was lovely.
Lovely, yeah. And that must have been a great accolade for you for that to happen.
Well, at first I didn't really realise what it actually meant. I was just like, that was nice, And I met her, and she was a lovely person. But then afterwards, I thought, hold on a minute. She was actually Johnny Cash's granddaughter, so that actually means a lot. You know what I mean? And
sure.
I've also met lifelong friends of him also, and I met a biographer of Johnny Cash in Sweden, a man called Lars Lindfors, and and he met Johnny Cash many times, and they used to share the same house whenever Johnny Cash was over there on tour, and he was a lovely guy, and he loves the show. He said that the show is very authentic. I move and sound just like Johnny Cash, and the rest of the band are awesome. I've got a couple of Johnny Cash's mouth organs also, so that's nice.
Amazing. So on to the man himself. This is quite a hard question. I do ask some of my guests. What Johnny Cash song means the most to you?
I always seem to get asked that question, and it's so hard because I love so much of it, and unlike so many other artists, there's so many songs. There's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of really good songs. That's why it's so hard to choose from. At the end of the day, he was recording music for 48 years, and there's a lot of albums there. There's thousands of albums. But if I was forced to, I would probably say one of my favourites is a thing called Love, and the Chris Christopherson song called Sunday Morning.
Oh, yeah,
Down.
great stuff. Yeah, that's a great song, that is.
Yeah.
So Johnny Cash, obviously he was well known for spending time behind bars. Was Johnny Cash a bad man, or did he redeem himself in the end, would you like to say?
He was never a bad man,
No.
you know. People love Johnny Cash, or the people that do love Johnny Cash, they love him because of the realness of him and the rebel within him when he was a young man.
Sure.
He was always back in the early days, in the late 50s and the mid 50s. He was always up to mischief more. Like the one time, him and the rest of the band, they bought 500 baby chickens, and after the show, they got back to the hotel and set 100 of these loose in the reception and on the first floor, second floor, all the way up to the top of the hotel. He used to paint the inside of the rooms black. Sometimes, you know what I mean. So everything that he did there wasn't any murders or shootings or anything. You know what I mean. He was just a little bit mischief.
Yeah, mischievous. Yeah. So Bad Man brings me onto your album. That's a song in itself on your new album, A Brand New Beginning. And I've previewed it. I'm really impressed, Clive. Such meaning to the songs, and every track on that album sounds like a hit.
Thank you.
So, yeah, sure.
The first song on there, Bad Man.
Bad Man, yep.
That's just gone into the hot disc country charts, and it's been there at number one now for 3 weeks.
Oh, congratulations, Clive! I bet that was great news when you got told that.
It was really, really good news. It's number one in the UK and Ireland, and it's been there now for 6 weeks. But worldwide, it got to number one for 3 weeks.
That's awesome. And I've listened to a track. It's called Big Things Are Happening Today. I particularly like the lyrics. How a TV used to be the only screen. Now everybody is glued to them things, just like everybody is staring at the floor. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think
that's exactly the way that it is.
It is. Yeah. Do you think this society is too absorbed in technology these days?
Well, I wrote that song a long time ago, and the iPhones have been out now for so long, and it's just wherever you go, people are just looking at their phones or a electronic device of some kind, whether it's a laptop or an iPad or an iPhone. You know what I mean? And I just thought people are moving around, but they're not actually there. They're actually in this cyber world.
Yeah,
you know
this
what I mean?
bubble.
And so that's why I wrote the song
It's very inspirational, that one. That struck a chord.
Yeah.
So we've got a few tour dates lined up. I just plucked a few. Chelmsford is September the 15th. Johnny Cash reportedly died on the 12th, so that'll be a great show for you, won't it? September the 15th.
Yes, we're looking forward to that. We've been there 3 or 4 times before. The Buxton Opera House just before that. We're really looking forward to that one. That's a lovely venue. That one. That's just before. That's September the 13th, I think.
And Tunbridge Wells as well. Is that October 21st?
Tunbridge Wells, the Assembly Halls. Yeah. That'll be our third show there now.
And your homecoming gig in Malvern in January as well.
And many more before that.
Oh wow!
I think that in October we've got about 14 shows.
Yeah, and you can find all these on your website, which is johnnycashroadshow.com.
Yeah, all of the tour dates are on there. Yeah.
Well, great stuff. I think that wraps everything up. Thanks for sharing your experiences with Johnny Cash and your solo material as well, and all the best with your tour as well, Clive. Thank you so much.
And thank you.
Wonderful. Have a great day, Clive.
All right, Demi.
Great
Thank
stuff.
you.